Hello, this is Colin. And on today's tea, I have something a bit different for me. Now, I've talked about a lot of teas from India, but one I haven't sampled before on the show was Darjeeling. Now, Darjeeling comes from West Bengal, which is which is actually in the eastern part of India. It borders Bhutan. Nepal shares a long border with Bangladesh. Well, in fact, Bangladesh is what used to be East Bengal before the partition into Pakistan. It was East Pakistan until 1971 when it became Bangladesh. Uh, West Bengal is often thought of as the cultural religious heartland of India, fourth most populated state. It's where you find the sacred Ganges River, and which flows down to the Bay of Bengal, to the city of what is it, Kolkata, which used to be known as Calcutta. In 1757, after the Battle of Plassey, the British East India Company made Calcutta its headquarters. So, for many years until independence. So, in about, 1839, a British surgeon named Dr. Campbell, he was formerly stationed in Nepal. He went down to West Bengal and started experimenting with growing tea. The variety he chose was actually not one from the Assam region of India, but tea that was smuggled in from China in, I guess, an early case of industrial espionage. So he established the tea garden in Darjeeling province, and by 1847, there were 4 nurseries. And by the 1850s, Darjeeling was actually produced on a commercial basis by the Darjeeling Company. Of course, nowadays, the trade is controlled by the India Tea Board, which designates only certain areas where you can call your tea Darjeeling. Sort of like champagne or in France. You're not allowed to call your tea Darjeeling unless it comes from the Sadar subdivision, the Kaliampong subdivision, the Silicuri subdivision, or the Kursonge police station, oddly enough, of Kurasong subdivision. Now this is actually more of a problem than you might think, because there's in fact around 10,000 tons of Darjeeling tea produced in a year, which includes the local consumption of tea, but there's 40,000 tons of Darjeeling tea sold commercially worldwide. So who knows where that came from. So, like I said, I haven't talked about Darjeeling because many years ago I got some Darjeeling, and I'm afraid I found it insipid. Very light and not at all to my taste. I was quite disappointed with it. But now I'm thinking, well, I should give it another chance. Perhaps I've missed something, some subtleties, something about the tea, some qualities about the tea that I have dismissed up till this point. So what I have here is from the Mim plantation. It's the second flush, and I think it's just about ready, though it's kind of hard to tell, because like I say, it's a very light black tea. So I think it's ready. Let's see. You can hear it. Oh. Yeah, actually, I don't know. It's hard to say. I may have oversteeped it because it does smell like it's got a bit more body to it than I remember. Oh, an interesting thing about Darjeeling is is that it doesn't. It's not restricted to black tea anymore. You can get a Darjeeling in a green or a white or an oolong. Although I can't. I must admit I don't think I've ever come across it. So yes, once it is like I said, it's not a terribly strong tea. Quite mild, slightly floral. Um, I've read that the flavor has been described as a musky spiciness, which is referred to as muscat. I can sort of see that. Once again, it's got quite a nice flavor, but it is terribly mild. So I think maybe I was a bit quick before. If I have some Darjeeling, perhaps I will grow to like it, because it's actually not that bad. If you're weak and you can't deal with a really robust tea. It's quite pleasant, actually. So there we are, giving a tea a second chance. Cheers.